Hello again. So today we're going to start on some of this maintenance. And I'm going to start by pulling this Stonecrop out. I want to expose this. I want to keep my barrel cactus, which are right here, from getting buried. I'm going to pull this out, so because it's covering that Echeveria Sahara right there.
Variegated.
You're lucky you're hiding inside. I got the peanut gallery back. And then I'm going to pull all this out. I really like it, and it absolutely looks amazing right now. It looks so healthy and beautiful. But it's just overgrowing. It's covering this little cactus here. It's covering all that stuff back there. So this is all going to come out. And I'm going to try and set this up so that you can kind of watch me. This thing's not real cooperative because I'm missing a pin on my little tripod here, so my camera keeps falling. But let's start with this right here. And if I'm blocking the camera at some point, sorry about that. But I think what I need to do is get in front here. Whoops, okay, so that just broke off. This can all be reset, but I don't want it. I have a ton of this stuff. It would probably reroot pretty easily. But I don't know. I'm not feeling it, you know what I mean? So it's got to go. Okay, here it comes. Right out of ground here. Kind of shake it off a little bit. Okay, here we go. We got this whole thing out. Got the root ball right here. There's a lot of this. I'm going to throw it over there. Here's another piece. What I need to do is move my little squirrel and then get a foot up here. So if my butt's in the picture, sorry. But I need to be able to see what I'm doing here. So let's get all of this out of here. Because this looked, it looked really good when I first put all this stuff in here. And then this ground cover stuff is just taken over. And as nice as it looks, it's too much. So it should all be coming from right here and then just going off in its own direction this way. So all of this needs to be ripped out. And I hear something down in here. It most likely is toads. So this has a pretty good root in here, which I'm going to try and get out. Otherwise, it's just going to come back. It's going to start coming back. Ow! I'm missing a thumb on my glove because the dogs chewed it. And so, of course, I'm always poking that one little spot is what I always hit on a sharp plant. So let's get all this out of here. It should come out all fairly easy. Yeah. And it's just winding its way around everything down in here. Ow! That went right through my glove, and these gloves are pretty thick. Come out, come out. And the plant is so much more green underneath because it's not getting the sun to give it its color. Oh, that looks better already. Okay. Spud, stop it. Stop it. Get out of there. Hey, go on. These dogs, they think they're helpful, but they're really not. All right, I think what I'm going to do is come around this way and pull this. Yeah, look, I used to have so much more room before. this took over to get in here and step around under here. And this stuff is just rooting itself everywhere, all in here. And we don't want it anymore. Toss that. Oh, here's some of my big rocks. Try to get as much of the root out as I can, because I know it's just going to try and come back, and I don't want it to. I really don't. All that out of there. Oh, look at how much better already this looks. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but it's been so hot I really didn't want to disturb the plants too much. I want to get this. I probably should go get a little, I don't know, a little, oh, I think I got the, nope, it broke. Kind of had the main root ball here. Oh, I got it. And I got most of it. I'm not going to worry about all of it, because for a while now I'll just keep an eye on it and make sure as these new pieces, if anything pops up, I'll just make sure I pull it out. Which will be easy enough because it's so bright green you can't not see it. Yeah, this is all roots from that. Nice. Get that all out of there, this all out of here. This stuff just goes everywhere. Okay, cool. There. And it sends also, it doesn't just grow across ground and then leave, and try to root in, but it sends runners under the ground that I'm finding here. Okay, get all this picked up. Got some weeds in here. Those out of there too. And in the middle of this cactus, which you probably can't see over here, is the remains of an old bloom. Oh, goodness gracious. Wow, that looks so much better. Yeah, so let's take a look at it from this side. Whoa, I got some more in here. Be very careful, because although this mangave is a lot more forgiving than a cactus, it's still got some sharp points to it and some little toothy edges. Just want to move kind of slow down in here. Look at that going under there. Oh, look what we found. He's not going to be happy. Look at this little guy. He's like, hey, I'm living under here. See, little toad? Ah, buddy. I know you're living under there, but we got to clean this out. And I need this root that you're sitting on. There. So, okay. Yeah, cute little toad. Right there. Okay. That looks 100% better. 110% better. Yeah, look at that. You can actually see my boulders in there. You can see the rocks over on this side. That beautiful Sahara, which is now peeking out. So what I need to do is tidy up, clean out some of the detritus, and pick any more little pieces out of there, and then add some fresh top dressing, and you won't even know that I pulled this big mess out. This looks like a lot more than it shows on camera. This is a huge pile, And it barely looks like anything on camera. Looks like a handful. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a bucket, clean away some of the dead stuff that I want out of there. If I can get my camera to see, see how it just falls over? Doesn't want to stand up. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so I got this all swept up in the big can. And now I want to clean out some of this detritus. And my little toad took off, so I think he went farther in. Put that there. So I think I can just kind of get down in here. Some of this dirt will stay, but I want, oh, I just pulled his leg. My toad is right under there, but he's pointing nose in, and he's trying to hide. I don't think there was any, I think the rock stopped right here. So I just really want to get the green stuff out of here. Oh, my toad's been sitting up here. Can you see the top of that rock? Yeah, that's toad poop. Let's get that cleaned up out of there. Blow that off. Get all this green out of here, because we don't want it to reroot itself. And these leaves, in typical succulent fashion, will just root themselves down in here, and they'll start new plants. But I'll watch for it, and I'll try to keep it under control. Raider, leave that cat alone. I'm tired of telling you. I think the cats antagonize the dogs on purpose. I'm going to cover a lot of this up with fresh rock, gravel, top dressing, whatever you want to call it. What I need to do is come out here with my blower, blow all this out. The wind is starting to come up, and it's pretty cloudy. There was a chance of rain for tomorrow, I believe. Look at all this. Some of it's rock, a lot of it is just old dead leaves from the little miniature rose and the boxwoods behind me, and then some from the plants here. But what I want to do is expose my rocks under here that I haven't seen in forever. And this is going to look so much nicer. That in there. I'm just going to cover all this up. That, another big long root. Oh, missed that piece. Okay. More dirt. Let's push that down. It's so wet under here because we've had this leak across. Well, I think something's leaking underneath. And we thought we fixed it, but everything else is dried up, but it's still really damp. I think the leak might be under this sidewalk. It's going to be a nightmare. But there's nothing I can do about it. If there's a leak there, we're going to have to deal with it. And that's all there is to it. But we'll worry about that on another day. So let's clean up over here a little bit. Let's set my bucket there. Yeah, you can't even see most of my lava rock back here. I might just get another bag of fresh and add it to the top so that it looks good again. Get that all up in there, fix that. This is just going to get some fresh top dressing. Let's unbury the rock that goes along here. Such a mess. But this has been 2 years now that this garden has been in this section. So it's time for it. It's time for a cleanup. It's definitely time for a cleanup. Okay. I can't tell if this lava was just pushed out or if I made that ribbon this far from the rock. It's hard to tell. But it doesn't matter because I'm just gonna I'm gonna go get some fresh rock and I'm gonna put it down right there, and I'll be right back. Okay. So this section here, that section there, is where my little toad's living. And I'm just gonna fill this all in with nice fresh rock. He's right here, I can see him sitting there. He's not happy that I'm disturbing his peace. Yeah, so this will all try to get it all up under here. He's trying to tuck farther back, but can't really go too much farther. There's nowhere to go. Now, once I rinse this rock, it'll look really nice. Right now, it's kind of dusty because it's been sitting, but you can't really see all the color that it actually has. But it'll look really good as soon as it gets some water on it. So, I hear my pigs in the house screaming. So it's about 5 o'clock, a little after 5. And that's when we typically feed the animals. Dave may have gone and fed while I was doing this already. Okay, let's get this up a little bit. Okay, we'll come around this way. Step over the top. Don't step on a plant. And then here, I can just pour a big old pile. Clean this off. These out of there. Ooh. Just kind of push this down in here. It's about time to water, but I am not going to water anything over here because the ground here is so wet. I haven't been able to get under here in forever. Look at all these dead leaves. Get all this out of there. Love that sound, that crunching. So satisfying to pull these out. No more. There's got to be more over here. Yeah, all this dead leaf. That's a good spot for pests too. They like to get in there and hide. Any more over here? There's probably a few more. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to water over here because it is pretty wet. And I think it's been wet up under here for quite a while. There's a loud radio, a car going by. How can you even hear? Oh, you drive around listening to music that loud. That was actually a motorcycle. I just looked up at it. So he may not be as loud to him as it sounds. Okay. You're an idiot. Okay, I need some more of this rock. Put that in there. And I just saw a couple of pieces. Put my squirrel back. Okay. Step back. Don't step on a plant. And then dump some of this in here. Put that up there. I want to keep my lava rock. So I think what I'll do is I'll run to Home Depot in the next few days and grab another bag of this red lava. There. Much better. Okay. Now, I will need to rinse that rock a little bit, but I won't give it like a heavy watering, just because it doesn't need it. Whew. So, now look at the difference. Yeah, that looks way better. And then this looks much better. Now that plant has a little room to breathe. And that Sahara, that big echeveria, that'll get some airflow around it. Those pups will be able to develop. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Rinse that gravel off, tidy things up a little more. I think I will bring my blower out because all the dark little bits in there, that's dead leaves. All this dark, this is like boxwood leaves and leaves off of my little rose tree. And it's just impossible to keep it out of here. But what I'm gonna be doing, hold on, is pulling out that dead boxwood. I'm probably gonna pull these roses out. This boxwood is not looking good, and so I think it's because it's not getting water, because we had to cut the water to everything out here. And I want to get rid of these anyway and continue my garden along this side. So, but this is what we had. And see, it's still wet here, and it shouldn't be wet at all. Now the sprinklers are going off, so that could be getting a little bit wet, but this should be dry as a bone. We capped the water line right there, but that went under, and I thought that's all it was. And I cut it on the other side, and I capped it when I put this section of garden in. So there shouldn't be any water running underneath here. But I need to dig this out and find out which direction it goes, because it's, you know, it could just still be wet under here because it's been covered and it's only been a couple of weeks, and that water could just maybe not have dried out. But all these plants are going to rot eventually if I can't get it dried out. So everything that's in the ground in this area, now it's dry as a bone over there, and I believe over here it's dry. Let's find out. Yeah, this is really dry. Yeah, but this area here is all really wet. So that could be why these guys are so happy. Okay, so that's one little section done. We're gonna go pull that out now. That big piece of Stonecrop. That should be pretty simple. I should be able to just pull that out if I'm careful not to break it up too much, and then just add some fresh top dressing, because that's all I'm gonna do right there for now. So let's go do that. Let me see if I can get you back on the, where's the camera? Get you back on here, and let's see if we can get over here and find a spot. I got to deal with this fig tree at some point. So I think if I set you right here, careful not to mess with anything there. Will that stay? Okay. I'm going to just reach down here and try and pull this out. You know what? Actually, what I think I'll do is I'll try and, yeah, I'll just break a couple of the stems off here. I guess I could get my tool, I'm trying, yeah, I'm gonna go get my little nippers so that I don't end up with a bunch of broken leaves everywhere. Man, this plant is strong. It's so happy, but it's got to go. It just doesn't look good. Okay, let's get back in here and see if we can't just get under here and just cut. This is soft. It's like cutting a jade. But these are not very good nippers. So, okay, here, let's get this piece. And then these little pieces here. 1, 2. I mean, I guess I could just leave that little bit. Let me see. Let me get this out of here first. I could just, no, you know what? No, I think I would just want to take the whole thing out. Let's see if I can just, I don't want to damage this aloe. I think I'm just going to cut it off here. And then I'm going to spray it. I'll just spray it with an herbicide. I need some, like a pruner, a tree pruner. Come on, you. Okay. Those. All these pieces. Just trying to avoid all the busted leaves, but that's okay. I'll pick them up. Ooh. This fig tree, I swear. I'm gonna grab a little rock over here to bring with me, so I don't have to make another trip. Okay, one more time past the tree. Ooh, I just noticed something kind of cool. I'll show you. All right, I'll show you in a minute. Let's get all this. I should have brought the empty bucket. Get all this detritus. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Hold on. I'll be right back. One more time. Mr. Vader, what are you doing? I'm back. Oh, goodness gracious. So let's get all of this, and as much of this, and all of these. Oh, there's some big toads living back here. And I know that because there's big toad poop. Definitely need to get the blower in here to clean some of this out. And while we're right here, let's get this clover out of here. This stuff just winds around. I don't know, can you see this? It just winds around the pot, you know? So when you're pulling it out, and the root just broke off. Ugh. I don't want to touch this because it's an Apuntia, and it'll have glow kids all over. Should get my tweezers and get all these leaves picked out of here, because that makes such a huge difference. Just to not see all that mess. Now a lot of these leaves blend in with the gravel, which makes it nice. But all right, so let's throw a little fresh rock on top of this. It's so nice and cool, but bending over like this, up and down, I am sweating like a racehorse. Okay, let's pull it back in there. Wow, that makes such a big difference. I can actually see in there. Okay, where did I put? where did I put the one with gravel in it? Am I looking right at? Oh, duh. Right here, blending in very nicely. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that uncovered so that I remember to hit that with some sort of an herbicide. I'll pour some over here because there's a big bare spot where I had pulled out a plant that just got all leggy and looked horrible. A platyphylla, I believe. Platyphylla. One of them's a carnivorous plant. One of them is this really pretty plant. But it was past its prime. So, okay. That's good. Now, that looks, look at that, it looks much better. So when I hose that down, you won't be able to see that the gravel is different. You'll see all the different colors. But that really opens that up. That looks much better. Let's go see how it looks from the front. But first of all, what I noticed, hold on, we're going for a ride. Whoa, I need my hand free to move the tree out of the way. So I was looking at this Stapelia this morning, and it had 2 new blooms that were really opened all the way up, which looked just amazing. They don't smell good, but they just are such a cool thing. There's another one here. Look at that. And then this one was still closed up, but it's already starting to open. Just, where are you? There you are, just from this morning. So that's cool. I do love this plant. Okay. So, from here, looks way better. From over here, that makes such a big difference. That was just too much. It was sticking up, it was too tall, and I just couldn't see anything back behind it. So when you're standing out here, that thing was just covered, like, and now I can see. And then here, that looks so much better. So now that Mangave, purple people eater, has a little room, and I can pull some of these rocks that kind of go around it. I can pull some of those back and lift them up a little bit, because this will settle. The dirt is so soft there. When I pulled it out, you know, I could push it down pretty hard. Look at little Mr. Toad under there. Isn't he cute? Hey, buddy. So, that toad's about, I don't know, 3 inches long. He's kind of a small to mid-size. They get absolutely massive here. I've seen some of them that are as big as my hand. You can pick them up and they take up your whole hand. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do. It's getting, well, it's not late, but it's gray. Look at the clouds. Oh, I love it. I would love it if it just one dumping of rain would be really nice. So I think tomorrow I may tackle this little area, and I don't know if I'm going to string them all together or make separate videos. It just depends on how long it's going to be. These look like 2 different aeoniums, but I know I planted them all together. But these ones are a little bit more fried. They're facing the sun a little more. These ones are kind of facing where it's getting a little more shade earlier. But this whole thing needs to come out. It's just rooted right there at the base of the bear. I should be able to just yank the whole thing out and then gently unweave it from all this stuff. And that's going to make a huge difference. And then I'll take care of some of this and some of that. So yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. It's going to be cool again tomorrow. So if I end the video with just these 2 pieces, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow.